Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Games with Web3 Frens. My name is Lacey, I'm one of the co-founders here at Meta Intro, and today I have a very special guest, someone that I've been a fan of for pretty much my entire Web3 journey. I'm Sebastien from Sandbox.
Hello.
So for people that don't know, what is the Sandbox?
Sandbox is like a decentralized web world where anyone can basically become a creator without having to learn anything. Coding, like you can make 3D content or experiences, and those experiences you access with an avatar that becomes a new identity and character that you can use to explore. And unlike what we've seen before in video games, everything that you create, have heard, is truly yours. And like you can exchange it with the users, you can monetize it if you want, you can start like selling it on marketplaces and so.
Very well. And Sandbox has been around for a while.
Yeah, actually, like Sandbox started really like one game in 2011. Originally, we already had that mission that we wanted to empower anyone to become a creator and truly like bring to life all their ideas. Back then, it was on a smartphone where like users could basically just by the touch of their fingers starts to draw pixel and then share their progression for the online gallery. It turned out to a large success. We had more than 6 million installed by then, 70 million player creation over 8 years. And somehow, situation, like all that content that people contributed, like spent 20 hours or days sometimes to build it. And well, that content, they basically couldn't monetize it. So we could only reward them with like featuring their profiles and social fame, but we were no way to, even though like their content was the revenue of the game, to share a portion with that, and we were losing our creators over time. So around 2017, we found actually a solution to that problem. Like we discovered our blockchain, we discovered our first blockchain game, actually. We tested it and we found like, okay, like, well, it's just a game where like you breed like virtual cats. Nothing fancy, like instant value gaming for a while, except for three. One is like you actually bought the cats not for the developers, but from over the players, and it was new. And the second is like you didn't even buy them on the game itself, but you had to go to a marketplace called Web3, those sort of like eBay and little big content. And we found, oh wow, like the players sell each other to play freely. They can exchange content. That's really interesting. So how can we maybe that's a solution to our problem? We can enable gaming creators basically own and exchange and sell outside of the platform. That was the idea. Okay, let's start from scratch, build a new version of Sandbox, start 3D, let's player, let's platform, and with blockchain at the core. So like a creator monetize that's what we've been at since it's like 5 years. Really happy that now truly Sandbox has been growing in terms of like our system, in terms of like the creator capacity. We have hundreds of thousands of people using it on a daily basis to create content. We are on track in that mission to empower creators, let them own and monetize what they bring.
How big is the team?
The team has been growing. I would say we're about 450 people around the world. We have 9 office locations, Paris, London, Los Angeles, Korea, Buenos Aires, Hawaii, Seoul, Tokyo, Hong Kong. Growth of Sandbox has been really driven by our strategy to be more local and like to onboard like local creators, local brands, on Metaverse. No other platform have done that before. And when I see that today, like more than 40% of our audience is in Asia, between Hong Kong, Korea, and Japan. It feels like it's really paying off.
And you're hiring. So for context, if you're listening, Sandbox is hiring. I check out the career page before this, and also for context, we have a massive community of individuals that are always looking for their next opportunity in the Web3 space, from junior all the way up to senior. And so can you talk a little bit about who you're hiring?
So that's really it's really about to see how you can like get an opportunity of one of those million jobs in the metaverse. The first one is indeed like participating in building the Sandbox platform itself, like being
being a creator?
Like we see three aspects at Sandbox. We basically content, ecosystem, and product. And right now we put a lot of focus on the product, like the tools that let you build an experience. And we are hiring to contribute to the growth of the ecosystem. However, ultimately, the platform, we see like 99% of the content will be user-generated content. And so our goal is more like how do we enable a whole ecosystem built on Sandbox and this infrastructure of land and digital assets and avatars to be successful, meaning we want popular studios, metaverse builders, metaverse agencies, independent creators to be successful and be the one who are going to hire themselves, the artists, the creator, and then go have them like trained and certified so they can talk to the brands of the world, to the community and the project, and help them come the metaverse. Sandbox as a platform, but without Sandbox listening to be much more involved.
What are some other perks, employee benefits, working for Sandbox?
So I think like everyone that works at Sandbox is really like passionate about like that journey and that's like being part of that journey of like building that's contributing. Like there's so much energy from the community on the creative side. Like we really find ourselves as a creative company. So I think like the very global culture, we are 95th in this country, and also being connected to this ecosystem, and if you show like you have this motivation of step ahead and start speaking on stage, and so like we have been giving opportunities to like younger profile that never spoke on stage before. That's certainly like our spirit is like anyone at the company should be able to represent and talk about Sandbox the same way like some like founders and myself are.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.
Definitely. See you soon in the metaverse.